think the biggest news point of the day has already come from Jagan Mohan Reddy. He kept repeating, I'm keeping my options open, I'm keeping my options open. Clearly saying a lot there, isn't he?
Absolutely. In fact, he is keeping his options open essentially to ensure that he has some kind of a stake in the central government, and that's going to be extremely critical for him, because if the YSR Congress does come to power here in this new state of Andhra Pradesh, he will need very liberal dose of central funds, and he would need to be on the right side of that. So whether that will be the NDA government, whether that will be a third front, those things will be known only after the 16th of May. But this is what Jagan Mohan Reddy had to say after casting his vote in the Pulivendala Assembly constituency in Kadapa district.
We have all our options open. Let's see, man. We have all our options open. Let's see.
But your options are Narendra Modi also targeted you when he was campaigning.
Our interest is our state. We have all our options open.
Mr. Narendra Modi also targeted you when he was campaigning in the
Our interest is our state. We have all our options open.
All is fair in politics. No enemies in politics, Jagan.
If you're from my state, you would understand what my state is going through, and then you would talk about it.
Let's now go across to Priyambada, who joins us from Tirupati in Chittoor district. Remember, this is the home district of two former chief ministers, Kiran Kumar Reddy and Chandrababu Naidu. Priyambada, the interesting part is that Kiran Kumar Reddy has been reduced to a persona non grata. He's really not a factor in this election. Is the Congress also facing the same fate, that the contest essentially, even in Chittoor district, even in Tirupati, is essentially between the YSR Congress and the TDP-BJP combined?
Absolutely, Sudhir, because though Kiran Kumar Reddy launched the party with a lot of fanfare, but then obviously he has been completely reduced. There are no known faces, and he's been campaigning. He himself dropped out. He didn't want to contest in the last minute. He made his brother contest from the Chittoor district. As far as Tirupati is concerned, Chintan has been, from Congress, Chintan Kumar Reddy has been an MP from here, has been selected here many times, but this time it's essentially a fight between the former bureaucrat and a former police officer, both of them, one from YSR and another from the
Right.
BJP TDP combined. And also the caste factor is very important here. The 18% Kapu caste, how they are going to sway, whether they will vote for Chandrababu Naidu, considering the rivalry Kapu and Kammas have in this region.
Right. Also, Priyambada, interesting part which one is gathering from a lot of districts here in Simandra is the liberal use of money power. A lot of money having been distributed, especially in the last 48 to 72 hours. What are the voices that you're picking up from there, from Tirupati?
So far, the Election Commission figures say that 143 crore rupees have been seized. I mean, of course, allegations are against almost all the parties, especially TDP and YSR Congress, for liberal distribution of money. I'm joined by a first-time voter, and he has an experience, Sudhir. I mean, you're saying that you yourself experienced about money power, money being distributed for votes.
Exactly. Money is being distributed in so many areas in Tirupati by various parties. People or various party members are approaching to the public and they are secretly distributing money. I have got 3,000 money from one party. I don't want to mention that name, but yeah, people are getting money from various party people. The figure is 3,000 per head.
I mean, you can just see that's the first-hand information this voter is giving, that he was offered 3,000 rupees from a political party. Of course, he doesn't want to reveal the name. But aren't you all angry? How are people reacting? They're taking the money and still they want to decide whom they want to vote?
Yeah, actually, money is for their entertainment purpose. But the people who are going to vote, or they are going to vote the people whom they want to get as a CM. The money is totally for entertainment purpose.
Thank you very much. So that's a very shocking revelation from a first-time voter who was offered money here in Tirupati.
Right, Priyambada, I will take that across to Professor Shiv Vishwanathan. Professor Vishwanathan, you heard that person describing that money being distributed as entertainment money. I'm hearing similar voices here in Vijayawada. A lot of people saying that they got 1,000 rupees for their vote from different parties. Has that become a standard practice in Indian democracy, that Indian elections are going to be about making money as well?
Look, that's where the corruption begins. Because election itself seems to be a part of a dole economy. You seem to want to subsidize every citizen for voting. But there's a strange paradox here. Look at what the young boy said. I'm going to vote for who I like, but I'm going to pocket the money anyway because that is for entertainment. Duty versus entertainment. Maybe there's a bit of ethics left in citizenship.
Right. Professor Vishwanathan, just taking on from there, I was told by many politicians who are in the fray that the amount of expenditure this time for a Lok Sabha constituency here in Simandra is touching 60 to 70 crore rupees. Now, given the kind of corruption economy that it will actually lead to, obviously the same MPs, if the same candidates, if they actually get elected, will be in a hurry to recover that money fast. So aren't we getting into a very, very vicious circle?
See, both circles, what I call the corruption cycle and the development cycle, and God forbid if the both combine, because then I think we're going to face a future which is going to be as bad as anything in the past, and that worries me. Because if you look at it, everyone is being futuristic, but the one thing that is entering the future in every constituency is money.
Right. In fact, many of the fights here in the Simandra region are going to be extremely critical. Several high-profile contestants in the fray, several former Congress ministers, and of course many high-profile candidates like Chandrababu Naidu, Jagan Mohan Reddy, Jagan's mother YS Vijayamma, who's contesting the Lok Sabha election from Visakhapatnam. Let's take a look at some of the key fights in Simandra region.
Focusing now on the battle in Seema Andhra, let's in fact put out some of the key contests to watch out for this time around. Let's begin with Visakhapatnam, from where YSR Congress chief Jagan Reddy's mother YS Vijayamma is locked in a direct contest with BJP's Andhra unit president Kambapati Haribabu. While Congress heavyweight B. Satyanarayan is also in the fray, but he pales in comparison to the high voltage TDP, BJP and YSR Congress fight here. In Kakinada now, Union HRD Minister M. Pallam Raju, he's battling the fallout of division of Andhra Pradesh and the perceived anti-incumbency wave that is sweeping Andhra Pradesh. So in his Kakinada pocket bureau, he's fighting the TDP challenger T. Narasimham. Another union minister now, Panabaka Lakshmi. She is going to be in the fray from Bapatla of coastal Andhra. She's facing the combined TDP, BJP challenger M. Sriram. Also, NTR's daughter and two-time Congress minister D. Purandeswari is now fighting on a BJP ticket this time in Rajampet. She's facing Sai Pratap of the Congress.
A lot of interesting information coming from our election info center. Let's go across to Vedika and Pia.
All right, Sudhir, let's just take you through the latest that is coming in from the Election Info Center. What we do know is about that militant attack that has taken place in Baramulla. The other very interesting news coming in is that Narendra Modi will be in Varanasi tomorrow. It's going to be extremely interesting to see what kind of support he gets there. He's going to be addressing two rallies is what we're hearing. Also, very quickly, let me tell you, we're very soon going to be playing out two exclusive interviews here in conversation with Kumar Vishwas as well as Sanjay Singh from Amethi. Let me cut across to Pierre now. Pierre, a lot of information coming in on Twitter from reporters, from others, and everyone really wanting the people out there to vote for a united Andhra.
Well, I mean, if you look at Andhra Pradesh, of course, and you know the history of the state, just in the past couple of months, it's been divided really, has Andhra Pradesh, because what you have is Simandra and you have your new state of Telangana. Of course, people in Simandra region, most of whom are going to vote today, are very, very vocal about what has happened to their state. You look at some of the tweets that have been coming in, you gauge that sentiment of these people. You have Raghu Kunche who says that we have the vote means nothing, that we use it in the right way means everything. Go Andhra Pradesh, go and vote. You have another tweet coming in saying, I hereby suggest all my Andhra Pradesh friends to act wisely and reflect your agony that you had due to the bifurcation through your vote. And again, you have another one here from Brighton Bold says, Andhra Pradesh removed the Congress after the Anjaya insult. He was the chief minister in the early 80s. They will eliminate the Congress again to retain self-pride. Vote for Narendra Modi, says this person. Another person saying, time to vote Andhra Pradesh. Get up and get going. This is the most important day in the next 5 years. And, similar tweets coming in from other people as well saying, please consider the future of the newly forming state of Andhra Pradesh, vote for leaders. And finally, another one saying a new beginning for Andhra Pradesh after the bifurcation. So, Sudhir, you probably can't see these, but every time these people on Twitter are saying Andhra Pradesh, they're saying it in capital letters. It's a message that's going out. They wanted to vote for a united state and not the divided state that the UPA government has given them. So very, very clear sentiments from Simandra.
Well, the YSR Congress says that all the cases against Jagan Mohan Reddy and his various associates are politically motivated. The fact remains that on the ground, at least in the urban pockets of Seemandhra, corruption does remain an issue. Let's listen in once again to what YS Jagan Mohan Reddy had to say about his options post-polls after casting his vote in Pulivendula.
You did an alliance with this NDA after the election.
We have all our options open. Let's see, man.
Yes.
We have all our options open. Let's see.
But your options are because Mr. Narendra Modi also targeted you when he was campaigning.
Our interest is our state. We have all our options open.
Mr. Narendra Modi also targeted you when he was campaigning in the
Our interest is our state. We have all our options open.
All is fair in politics. No enemies in politics, Jagan.
If you're from my state, you would understand what my state is going through, and then you would talk about it.